Almost spot on. We're about
Yes,
1 second off.
Good evening, good evening. It's good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I know that you'll probably be doing lots of things on Saturday, but we've done it live, so it doesn't look like we fixed it or anything. That's why we do them live, so you get warts and all. So we've got the draw to do, and we've got the pick and mix years to do at the end. So,
all right, we'll do. Okay, we'll do them.
We'll do them at the end.
Okay. In that case.
So, I haven't even got the comments thing up. Right. So we don't cock up. I don't know if you can see. I've actually made it and put the dates as well. So I shouldn't just. So,
well, do you want to confirm the first one is on the 1st of February and the last one is on the 21st of March?
Yes.
Hooray! We got that bit right.
Yeah. I've got my pen ready.
Oh, good. Right.
So,
I need to make sure that I select the right one. So if I go to that, okay.
Good afternoon, Nick.
Good afternoon, Nick. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, we can start. So that means we'll bring up
here we go. And we've done a little bit of housekeeping. As you can see here, we're down to 16 slices.
So do you want to give them a shuffle?
Shuffle the slices, and let's do it again, and we'll do it again and again. So you can see they're all changing places, so there's no pattern or anything. So if you're ready.
I'm ready. So this is the first draw. This is the second round, first tie, which will be on Thursday.
Yeah, 1st of February.
Who's coming out the back? Who's got a home tie in round 2?
Oh,
it's Simon with Sergeant Pepper. Right.
Okay.
And he will play.
Whoops. I forgot to do something. Oh, Boston. Now, I need to hide and play again. We're going to end up with 1 extra. But if Revolver.
This is for 8th of February. So Pulsar's Revolver.
Yeah. Now, if Sergeant Pepper comes out, I need to hide the slice and draw again.
Okay. You forgot to take it out.
I forgot to take it out after the first one. So,
So Pulsar and Revolver are going to be up against.
Oh,
Diamond Dogs. Oh, Richard McCook. Oh, good afternoon, B. Welcome to the draw. Let me just write that down before we.
Okay.
Right, 15th of February, the day after Valentine's Day.
Now, I just realised something. Hang on. Where are you? There he is. We don't need to worry about Sergeant Pepper anymore.
Oh, that's all right.
I just hid. So,
well, this is for the day after Valentine's Day. Who's going to get Valentine's Day?
Oh,
never mind the bollocks.
Yeah.
I'll put never bollocks. Can't put it in the space. And David Hunt is going up against.
Oh, technique.
Technique, new order.
That's got to be fun.
Mm. Yes.
You got that one?
I've got that one. Yes, you was robbed.
Okay, the next draw.
Good morning, Nick. This is for the 22nd February.
Oh,
Richard's second entry, Bridge.
Yeah, and it gets a home draw again.
Yes.
So tell me when you're done.
Yep, far away, and he's going up against.
Oh,
Bat Out of Hell from David Hunt.
Oh, that's going to be a biggie. That's going to be a big one.
Well, we've got it's a leap year, so we've got February the 29th, and guess what? We've got a round on February the 29th.
Okay.
Still some big names left in.
Oh.
How's his talk? That knocked poor old Polly out.
Yes. You ready?
Yeah. That didn't sound very healthy. Oh, Stephen's Moving Pictures. There we go. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so the next one.
Michael's Foxtrot. Now, there was one name that would be great if it comes out of his playing. And I think we all know which one that could come out. Oh, it's Mick. You're going up against Michael. You see, the one that would have been interesting is Michael against Stevie. The two friends. Oh, that's going to be a tough one.
Yes, it is. If they both get through, we're looking at a quarter-final.
Yes.
Oh.
This is the 14th of March.
Oh, close to the edge.
Close to the edge. And Pulsar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm ready. I see Mike Scanner's cheer for Rush.
Oh, Nectar.
Nectar. Two prog bands. Two great prog bands going up against each other.
So all we're left with is who's going to get
a home tie.
The home tie, because
it's going to be. I know this is going to be another great battle.
Quadrophenia. And just to prove.
You know what that is.
It's just the one.
Oh, that is going to be a tough one. So I shall just quickly go through. So we've got Sergeant Pepper going up against Boston, Revolver going up against Diamond Dogs, Never Mind the Bollocks going up against Technique, Bridge Over Troubled Water going up against Bat Out of Hell, Talk's Colour of Spring going up against Moving Pictures, Foxtrot against Who's Next, Close to the Edge against Remember the Future, and Quadrophenia against Secret Treaties. And this, I'm not going to talk about the albums, the music this time. We're going to look at the.
It's the artwork.
That's important, but what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to talk about the covers, who designed them, and do they fit with the title of the album, blah, 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 blah. So we'll do something different every round. I'm not going to go through, this is a good track, because we already know the tracks. But it's you guys are going to have to decide which one you want to go through. So there's some interesting ties there. So, are you ready? Shall we do the other one?
Yeah, so hopefully you can see pavement and sidewalk.
Okay, so this is for the US top 10 on the 8th of February.
Okay.
That sound gets ruder every...
Oh!
1962, 8th of February, 1962. There's some good music around for that.
Yeah.
So the last spin is for the UK top 10 on the 22nd of February.
Oh!
1950. Oh, we got some absolute classics.
Now, thankfully, it was the US that came up first, and then the UK. Because 57, I don't think the US charts had started properly then.
I know there's some of the usual rogues about. If you want to come up and have a chat about the round, I'll put the link in.
So we'll stop sharing. And we'll come back to that. There we go.
So yeah, some really good things. It's starting to get down to the nitty gritty of things this time.
It is. So let's see. You said it. Who arrived in since I went off? Yeah. Good afternoon, B. Afternoon, Mike. Who else? And Mick.
Yeah, too much information, Nick. Too much information.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
dear.
We shall have to go through the list after, so I can transcribe.
Yes, come on, Rush. Yeah, well, Mike's going to go for Rush because Talk knocked him out. There's Mixer Seekers treats us will have a tough battle against Quadrophenia. But who's next will make mincemeat of Foxtrot. Whoa! Fighting Talk from California. Fighting Talk from California.
Yes.
But we've got the king of promotion who will no doubt come up and promote Foxtrot again.
Yeah, except this time we're not doing the tracks themselves.
I talk about why you like the cover and
the cover, the production, anything but the tracks.
Yeah, production is going to be
a maximum of 5 minutes.
Yes, the production is going to be the quarterfinal.
Oh, it's just right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do covers, production, and then the semi-final. It's a complete review of all of them, and then the final. Hopefully, if we got the right people, we need to get them up here and have a debate, like the elections.
Oh no! Meet the candidates.
Yeah, meet the candidates.
That could be fun.
Okay, see you, Nick. Thanks for dropping by.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
Yes, and we can tell you the lineups for the quarterfinal draw. Who's doing it? Me and Dave are going to be here. But for the quarterfinal draw, the draw is going to be made by the one and only Mr. Richard McCook.
Now, if Richard makes it through.
Yeah, be all right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's pulling them out of he's pulling them out. And the semi-final draw. And now
it was negotiated the other night.
Yes, I can confirm that the person doing the draw for the semi-finals will be one and only Mr. Mike's Vinyl Spiral. So we've got people that lined up for that. So yeah, lots going on. So if anyone wants to come up, you feel free because we're just sitting here on a Saturday afternoon drinking coffee. No beer today. Too early.
No, and I had a late night last night, so.
Now, if you can hear a rumbling, it's because his nibs is asleep.
No, it's snoring.
He's snoring. He's having his afternoon siesta.
Which runs from about 1 minute past midday until orange stick time.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mike.
Yes. I guess whose telephone went flat last night, and I forgot to. So I didn't know about Simon's live stream until this morning.
I was going to say you've got a rival there. Yeah. I hear he's going to do it on Thursday evenings in future.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting ties here, Mike, isn't there? Now you're a neutral now, so
yeah.
What do you fancy? What do you think is going to be a tough one out of that lot?
I've forgotten them already.
Right, I'll go through them. It'll be Sergeant Pepper Boston, Revolver Diamond Dogs, Never Mind the Bollocks Technique, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Bat Out of Hell, Talk Moving Pictures, which you're rooting for Rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
Foxtrot Against Who's Next, Close to the Edge and Remember the Future, and Quadrophenia and Secret Treaties.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was the first one again?
Sergeant Pepper against Boston. Yeah. Sergeant Pepper versus Boston.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be closer than people will think, because I know there's a lot of love for Boston, isn't there? I mean, particularly across the Atlantic.
Yes.
But I think at the end of the day that Sergeant Pepper will edge that one.
There's also a lot of love for Beatles tracks.
Yeah.
And Sergeant Pepper is just full of classic tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
I think my favourite one then is going to be Close to the Edge against Remember the Future. Two really big prog bands.
Yeah. I mean that's right. I mean, again, for me, it's a really close call. But how many people know Remember the Future? Those of us that are sort of steeped in prog rock.
Yeah. You see, he's gone now, but he'll be busy clipping his nasal hair during that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's only people like myself, you probably, who comes up. Romuald will know who Nectar, Michael will, but of course Zeb does. But so one of the obscure ones.
That's right. I mean, Genesis against the Who is going to be a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's next? And
Foxtrot,
isn't it? Yeah. I think that's an interesting one. I'm torn on that. I'll make up my mind on the day, I think.
Yeah, and we've got Bridge Over Troubled Water against Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah. Well, I can remember when Bridge Over Troubled Water was top of the album charts in the UK for just seemed like ever, didn't it? I mean, was it the best part of a year, or was it more than a year overall? It was a long time, wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, when I did that video with Richard about number one albums, 70s, I think he got to number one for about 60 odd weeks, but in chunks.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think you're right. It fell out of the top spot and then came back again, didn't it?
Yeah, and it still charted. It got to the top again back in 71. A year later, it was still hanging around.
Yeah. So, it's an absolute classic album. But then, who doesn't know Bat Out of Hell?
But this is it. Both albums, everybody knows.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll have heard most of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yeah.
Bat Out of Hell. Probably 3 tracks get played a lot on the radio. The rest are becoming deep cut. But
Yeah,
Bridge
yeah.
Over Troubled Water, everything gets played.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I mean, every track on Bridge Over Troubled Water that people know, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and then you've got the Who against Blue Oyster Cult.
yeah, I can't see Blue Oyster Cult getting anywhere near them,
No,
quite honestly. Yeah, even though there's filler in that album, Ian.
enough filler, yeah. I think we've got, Talk against Rush.
That's going to be close, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't sort of, biased and a bit bitter and twisted about the whole thing, I think I'd go for Rush anyway.
Yes. Then you've got Revolver against Diamond Dogs.
That's going to be tight. That's going to be a tight
Beatles, classic Bowie.
Yeah, well, Revolver's my favourite Beatles album. So, yeah, but Diamond Dogs, yeah. I mean, that was that sort of early to mid 70s sort of Bowie. That's the era that I just love so much.
Yeah.
So again, I'm torn on that one.
There's nothing to dislike about Bowie's output that time.
Yeah. You're dead right, Dave. By the way, it's nice to actually see you, Dave.
A rare occurrence.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I actually went and got shorn and shaved.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
We're very honoured. I mean, this week he's actually made his debut on a video.
Oh yes, I saw that as well. Yeah, that was your that was your review of the first round, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the first time he's ever done we've done a video. I mean, the only reason we know there's probably people that sport and that, but the only reason we do this live and then it looks like it's not fixed.
Yeah.
There's it's unedited. And we got it right this time, which was
yeah. You got it one. Yeah.
Bar one minor glitch, which
yes, with the Sergeant Pepper. Yeah, but at least you realised.
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased that there aren't any sort of the local derbies in there. We haven't got sort of Who against the Who or Genesis against Genesis or Beatles against Beatles. Because that'd be interesting. I think the semi-final could be just two bands,
Yeah,
potentially. Yes.
I mean, it's a shame we haven't got Foxtrot going up against Quadrophenia, isn't it? That still could happen.
I'd rather have that as a semi.
What? Michael and Stevie,
a quarterfinal or a semi-final.
Yeah, Michael and arguing their corners.
Yes. That would be interesting. Yeah, because we know there's a bit of rivalry there anyway, isn't there?
Yes, but whenever we get them up, we're going to have to put one. We're going to have to put them side by side.
I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that.
Or on the top
fight could break out, couldn't it?
Yeah, and I'll sit between them.
yeah, you just hold them apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the oddball of the round is Sex Pistols against New Order.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said this in the first round. I think that Technique is nowhere near New Order's best album. Nowhere near. I mean, if they're up against something else, something like Low Life or Power, Corruption and Lies, I think that would have made a better tie. But I mean, Technique's not a bad album, but it's nowhere near the best.
But then, like we said, whenever we were doing the review, everybody hears music differently.
Exactly.
So the three of us hear Technique. We'll each hear something different.
Yeah. You know what, Dave? I think a lot of people's sort of ideas. I mean, and I think particularly talking sort of personally about this is that with a band, quite often the first album that you get into from a particular band sort of becomes a favourite.
Yes.
So it's a particular sort of era. And, I'm like that with, people like Bob Dylan. The first two albums that I bought from Bob Dylan were Desire and Blood on the Tracks. and it's that era of Bob Dylan that I really love.
Yeah, and he was,
some of the other
fresh
stuff I really don't care for. But if I'd been a little bit older, I'm sure I would have thought differently. It would have been more the earlier more sort of folky stuff.
I think there's a lot of that with all that. I mean, let's take Iron Maiden. You know, when the debut album came out, I was a 12, 13-year-old, really getting into my metal.
Yeah.
So the first, up to, I'd say, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, to me, are the ultimate Maiden albums. I made a one or two after that, but I always, if I'm going to listen to Maiden, I tend to go back to my childhood Maiden. Who else would I do that? I think Quo, to be quite honest. I think anything up to 82 is what I really into. I mean, some of their latest stuff, one or two of them, like Backbone, the latest one's pretty good, and I like Quid Quo Pro. But that 80s nonsense, it was just
at
too
at the same time, it depends on when you get into the band.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, some bands you may not get into until the 80s, even though they've been recording stuff since the late 60s, early 70s. You might not hear them until the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's the 80s stuff that attracts you. And then you wonder, okay, I'll go back and I'll listen to their earlier stuff. Do I like it? Do I not like it? Is it better? Is it worse? You don't, it's personal choice.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. And sometimes, the same band, different albums, they can sound like two different bands. But I think with the 80s in particular, there's a sort of, I mean, I can't really put my finger on it, but there's a certain sort of sound. I mean, I think it's the production of sort of 80s records, but that you can almost instantly tell that was a record recorded sometime in the 80s.
Yeah, I see this a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
All the 80s albums from bands, the production's terrible, the drums terrible, the guitar solos are terrible. But you hear them tracks live, boy, are they good. A great example of that is Def Leppard's Hysteria. It's overproduced. You listen to it when it come out. I thought it was the bee's knees, But as time goes on, nah, this is not right. But when you hear them live, now I've heard them do the whole album live, and boy, is it good live.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah,
it's much better live. It sounds more like Pyromania live.
Yeah,
high and dry. It's raunchier. I mean, Rick Allen's allowed to hit the drums, although he's got electronic drums now. The way he sets them up, they don't sound like electronic drums.
Yeah. I mean, that's a bugbear of mine. Electronic drums.
Yeah. For some bands, it worked.
Yeah.
Particularly if you saw them on Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
So you go over, press a couple of keys on the drum machine, and away they go.
I've got a doorbell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's right, Dave. And I think there's that time. I mean, I think in the sort of 80s, from the sort of like about 82, 83 sort of onwards, there's a lot of innovations, weren't there? Sort of electronic music. And there were bands that sort of came and embraced all of that. Yes. And other bands that were sort of really, I think, catching up with it. And it's those bands that maybe didn't make the most of what was happening.
Yeah, the latecomers. I don't think they knew what they were doing, whereas those who had sort of embraced it at the start. Oldfield, Jean-Michel Jarre. Their use of electronic permeated down to other genres, to the pop and rock.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, yes, and Rick Wakeman.
Yeah.
Whenever Wakeman went and did his solo stuff, and he did Journey at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
I saw a video of that. and I was blown away by the amount of electronic stuff that he surrounded himself with.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
looked marvelous with the white cape, but
Yeah.
the keyboards, and he's turning around and playing up here, over there. It blew my mind.
I know. I get what you mean. Yeah. He was like barricaded in, wasn't he? Yeah, by all this electronics. Yeah.
He was in a box, and then you see Mike Oldfield at Edinburgh Castle, which is one of my all-time favourite videos.
Yeah.
The range of musicians, the size of the group that are there to reproduce what he did himself in the studio is astounding.
Yeah,
It's a
that live
massive
version
sound.
is better than the studio.
Yeah.
It is, because you hear a different interpretation.
Yeah.
Every musician plays the same set of notes differently because they move their fingers or they hold strings on frets differently. There's a different form of pressure, so you get a different sound. And that live, it's stunning.
Yeah,
absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I had a bootleg of that for years, but I noticed on Spotify that it's actually been released. It's on there, and now I'm looking to see if it's on vinyl, because if it's on vinyl, it is a must.
Oh,
It's on Spotify, live at Edinburgh Castle now. So I've actually listened to it through my, because the beauty of having that new, like my Panasonic CD player, it's Bluetooth, so I can connect my phone, and I played it through there the other day, and it's the best I've ever heard, that live version.
Oh right, yeah. My brother-in-law is a classically trained musician. He's a bass player, and he had a friend who was with the Halley Orchestra, in Manchester, and they played with Mike Oldfield. They were touring with him for a while.
Yes.
And he said it was a fantastic experience. He said it was so much different from, the usual playing with a symphony orchestra.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah. I've seen. Let's see, who was it? The one you did in Tel Aviv, Alan Parsons.
Yeah.
Mike Oldfield. I've seen Rick Wakeman and Jean-Michel Jarre.
Right.
I've seen them performing with an orchestra.
Yeah.
And the fun the orchestra have, you can see they're having fun.
Yeah.
It's not all, oh God, the world is coming to an end. It's, oh yeah, we're getting into this. Yeah. Let's have a bit of fun.
Exactly. I mean, the thing that I really like is that, and there's loads of it online, it's the sort of Dutch and Scandinavian prog metal bands that play with full orchestras.
Yeah.
Yes.
Metallica did it with the San Francisco Symphonic.
All right. Yeah.
They were having a lot of fun. I mean, they were, when they were doing Battery and Sig and Destroy, you could see them.
Yeah.
They were getting into it because they were able to sort of let their spirit run free, as it were.
Yeah.
We don't have to be dour. We can have fun.
Exactly.
They really do embrace it.
You see, two guys that have done that are the two guys from Two Cellos. They've brought classical and mixed rock with classical and play. I mean, have you ever seen them, Mike? Two Cellos?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, just put in two cellos. Just type in Two Cellos.
Yeah.
They're from, where are they from?
Croatia and Serbia.
All right.
When they play, they're playing their cellos. They're electronic ones, but they're playing them like guitars.
Well, they have electronic and they have classical ones. They've a whole range of cellos.
And their bows at the end of one, they have to change their bows at the end of every song, literally, because
they're coming apart. The one that they did with Steve Vai in the record shop.
Yeah, they do Highway to Hell.
Right.
And Steve Vai
He's there signing record, signing stuff.
Yeah.
It's a meet and greet, and he's there doing the things.
Oh,
the
brilliant! Yeah.
Let's go and look at the instruments. Pick up a pair of it, and they start doing Highway to Hell. Everybody sort of turns around and leaves Steve Vai, and Steve Vai's going, "What the hell's going on over there?" And he comes over and joins in.
Yeah,
and it's brilliant. It's great fun.
Yeah, right.
They've done a video for, was it Roll Over Beethoven that they started with?
They've got the wigs on.
Yeah,
and then goes
yeah.
into
They were in. Yeah, they're all dressed up doing a classical concert back in sort of in the 1800s, and they end up rocking and rolling on stage. Oh yeah,
Stevie wants to know what's going on.
Yeah,
We've done the draw.
I give them a listen. It sounds like fun.
Oh, they are. I heard them first, and then I got in a CD, and he just went brilliant. And I think he picked up another 2 or 3 since.
Yeah, I've got quite a lot now.
Yeah.
For Stevie, you've got you're the very last tie of the second round, and you're going up against Blue Oyster Cult's Secret Treaties. So there you go.
I think he'd be fairly happy with that one.
Yeah, I think he'll be like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's enough for today. So thanks for
that's great. When are you doing your punk thing with Richard?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, is it? All right,
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that.
I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail yet. I'm sure he has, because he always watches the live stream.
Oh yes, and kills the safety bins. Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next week.
Before I forget, a little bit of channel promotion. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Oh, is that the new one? Oh, yeah. Hey.
Black and blue.
Very good. Very good.
So thank you very much for watching, folks.
Anyway, nice to have a little chat with you two, and I'll see you next week. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.